Plastic is wonderful because it's durable, and plastic is terrible because it is durable. Almost every piece of plastic ever made is still on the planet in some form or another. Plastic production globally this year is expected to be more than 300 million tonnes, half of which we'll use just once and then throw away. By 2050, when the population explodes to almost 10 billion people, it's expected that plastic production will triple. The problem with that is that today only a fraction of the plastic that we produce is recycled. The rest ends up in our environment, and it's coating our land and our oceans like a disease.
Midway Island is miles away from any coastline, but it has one of the biggest populations of Laysan albatross in the world. Like the shearwater, their parents have traveled thousands of kilometers to find food.
It's quite a bit of plastic for just one little bird. The parents were trying to do the right thing. There's a lot of squid beaks in here, and this purple colour is evidence of the squid ink. It's just a shame that every now and then they got it wrong and got it wrong in a bad way. To try and wrap your mind around the condition of this animal and the quality of its life really is quite an overwhelming thing. I do have some pretty rough days, have to go home and really wrap my mind around where do we go from here.
All week we've been cutting up birds, and this is without a doubt the absolute worst one that I've come across. That is an incredible amount of plastic.
It starts with the individual, and it starts with us.
What do? You can't possibly filter out these tiny particles from the entire ocean. You can't filter the entire ocean. In fact, so much plastic is in the ocean now in a form that we really can't get to it, that I feel the emphasis needs to immediately shift toward stop putting it in.
Mike Degree is right, but how do we get to the point where we can stop putting it in? Demand that your supermarket deliver your food products in paper or just as they come. They don't need to be wrapped in plastic. And if they are, take the plastic off and leave it with them. And say, you dispose of it and dispose of it properly. Because once it becomes their problem, you'll find that they will do something about it. Don't put your plastic rubbish in a dumpster where you know it's going to landfill. You can take your plastic bottles to almost any supermarket and put them in this machine. And what it does is it reads a barcode which tells the machine
the kind of plastic that it is, that it's recyclable, and which retailer it comes from. So the consumer gets a 25-cent deposit off every bottle. The retailer gets the plastic, which they can sell to recyclers for a lucrative amount of money. And on the streets of Germany, you very rarely see these things anymore because everybody recycles them.